Let's get into it.
Ching, ching,
Let's talk
ching,
about my
ching.
bit first. Let's get to.
You don't want to talk Jeanie?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
I want to ask you a question.
Go.
What do Warren Buffett, Nick Nolte, and myself have in common?
I do not know.
After this
Hold on.
weekend, we are Omaha legends. That's right, Big
Ooh.
Ben. Tomorrow, I'm flying to Omaha, College Baseball World Series. What is more Omaha than Nick Nolte, Warren Buffett, Winn with a Coastal Carolina hat, rooting for them to get their 26 straight win. They've got 26 wins. They're going for 27 straight. They need to get to 28 wins to win the Natty. Coastal Carolina.
The Chanticleers. You got to be able to say the mascot's name. Chanticleers. Chanticleers.
I have no idea.
I think it's the Chants. They call themselves Chants for short. Will you do one thing for me?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Omaha. You and I both know this, but there's just logistically, it's a nightmare. Right? What do you do? Where do you rent the motorhome? Do you go in the motorhome? There is a bar there that keeps tally of how many Jello shots are consumed by each team. I want you to go and Rocco's. Go take a picture at Rocco's. I need to know who's leading, because LSU comes every year, apparently, and just kills the board. So I didn't even know.
Whether they are in the College World Series or not, LSU's fans go. And I looked at the board; they have 68,000, and I think the next closest is like 4,000. Because all the other schools like Arkansas, UCLA, they only go if their team is in it. Rocco's Pizza Joint. I will go.
Get there
in my Coastal Carolina gear and buy a Jello shot and get my name on the board.
So you're riding the Coastal Carolina horse. You've deemed that the team that you're going to ride, because you can only ride one. Once you show up with a team, people will see you. Or are you going to be a chameleon? You're going to.
As of now, 8:25 Pacific Standard on Wednesday, I'm Coastal Carolina. But the game's not till Saturday. We get there Thursday. We get there Friday. There could be a vibe. There could be some magic. And it could be, go Tigers.
I could see you with a table out in front of you and hats. Like you're selecting where you're going to go to school next year as a 5-star recruit. Just enjoy yourself.
I will.
And please document, because I need to go. I want to go. Where are you staying?
The Hilton, downtown.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the action?
It's Charles Schwab Field. I think I'm like 2 blocks away. There's like Baseball Village where there's like food, pop-up bars, and there's Old Market. And it's 6 of us going. We all played Little League baseball together.
Wow.
We've known each other since we were 10 years old. We went to different high schools and colleges, but we all kept in touch in baseball, what's brought us together. So we started a group thread, and we voted, and everyone's like, we got to go to Omaha. This is the only time Omaha probably goes off. And
That's amazing. That's an amazing. Are you gonna do last question? Then we can move on. Are you gonna bring a sign? Will you have a sign? Like, are you gonna be called the Six Amigos, or what? Are you gonna call a group something? Or you haven't got that far?
I got to think of a sign. I haven't got that far yet.
You got to get there. All right.
Yeah.
NBA Finals.
Well, let's get to this podcast. Hello and welcome to Big Ben and Winn. Each week we broadcast live on YouTube. Drop your comments below if you're watching this live. On demand, drop your comments. We'll still look at them. We'll still share them. We'll still banter with you, even if you try to troll us. But if you're more of an audio podcast person, download, listen, subscribe, 5 stars, anywhere you get your podcast. I'm Winn. He's Big Ben. We talked about Omaha in the College World Series. We're going to talk about Jeanie Buss. The Buss family, I only know Jeanie because she's hot, but the Buss family is selling the Lakers. We're going to talk NBA Finals and a little San Francisco Giants and Raphael Devers. Where do you want to start?
Let's go NBA Finals. Could I tell you the saddest thing I saw in the game?
Let's hear it.
Maybe not the saddest, but the idea that TJ McConnell, 33-year-old TJ McConnell, was going to will the Indiana Pacers back to victory like he was Reggie Miller. In watching that game, there's
he had to step up.
He was the only one. Like, he's the only one being aggressive. It was like everyone else was standing there and then hoping that Halliburton would come in. He's on. I don't know what he has. A calf strain.
Yeah,
a calf strain.
I mean,
Calf
it's
strain.
got to be pretty serious.
Eat a banana. Drink some pickle juice. Let's get out there.
He was so limited last game. He couldn't even move.
And that's the downside. Well, I think that you see who the Pacers are without Halliburton. They're
Yeah.
TJ McConnell and hopes and dreams.
Mhm.
And Jalen Williams. I got a theory on Jalen Williams. You want to hear it?
Let's hear it.
So Jalen Williams, 2022 draft.
This is his third year. So,
yep, 2022 draft. Chet or Paulo Chet, and then who? You don't know. Who went sixth? Benedict.
Mathurin.
Mathurin Benedict. Two. Where? The Pacers.
Yeah, he did.
Who just got torched by Jalen Williams? Benedict.
The whole Pacers team?
The whole Pacers team. But I'm saying the guy looked at you know draft boards, right? They always talk about this. I think it's a revenge series for Jalen Williams.
Love it.
I love it. Well, you love it, I love it. But you know what else I also love? The only two All-Stars in that draft, Paulo and Jalen Williams. Shout out to Santa Clara. Where?
Shout out Santa Clara. From Arizona. Santa Clara's the only school I think that gave him a scholarship offer, and he's just consistently worked his way up into where he is now. But I want to apologize to Jalen Williams, and all of you in the media should apologize too, because everyone, they don't have a B to SGA's A. Oh, last year in Dallas, he couldn't shoot. He couldn't score. Oh, he looks awful against the Nuggets. And you know what? Each series, he's getting a little better, a little bit more aggressive. He's picking his shots. And now he's just dominating. Like, if you load up on SGA, the weak side, he's going to get downhill into the rim. He's going to get it in transition. He's even hitting threes. I think sometimes in life, in the NBA, you need to fail and be humble before you can be great.
Agreed.
And he failed and was humbled last year and this year and even in game 3. And if he keeps clicking like this, look out.
I think the consensus last year was just the Thunder were you're too young. You were too young. You just lack of maturity.
They're still too young this year too.
They're wise enough though. They're young, but they're that much wiser. They've been there before. And again, it goes back to you are a reflection of your leader. And like SGA sits down and he's articulate. He tells you, "Oh, here's how we did it. Here's our thought process coming into it." And then Jalen Williams
doesn't panic.
They don't. The ATT bros, like they do not panic. They're not going to drop a call. But the thing I do love about what's taking place in this series that's unfortunate is there had to be in the East is, like I said, the East is poor, and it might get poorer depending on this offseason.
No way. Desmond Bain to the Magic. They're loading up. Next year's the year of Paulo. The Knicks are going to get KD.
Top 20 player in the league. He's a top 20 shooter, but he's not top 20 player.
Who is it?
Desmond Bain.
He's not, but Franz and Paulo are top 25 players in the league.
All right,
Paulo could be a top 10.
Agreed. Back to the finals. You called the Pacers in 6. That is not happening, my friend. Sorry.
I know.
It's not a gentleman's. It's going to be. I don't see the Thunder losing at home. Like they have every. I mean, are the next 2 games at home?
No, it's Indiana game 6, and then if the Pacers win with the mighty TJ McConnell, it goes to OKC Sunday.
You know what I also saw? They had before the game, or maybe during the game, they had all the Pacer greats. Pacer greats never won a title, but Pacer greats. I thought, put them. If all those Pacer greats played against the Thunder, I still don't think they'd win the series. I think the Thunder are that much better than the Pacers. And it goes back to
the Thunder are a historically great defensive team. So if you put together Rick Smits, Reggie Miller, Jermaine O'Neal,
who knows where Rick
Halliburton.
Yeah. I just don't think it happens. I think the Thunder are great. I think they're the unfortunate part about this is they're an all-time team that I don't think will get called an all-time team just due to the fact of the team they played in the finals, maybe.
I think it's more because they're a small market and they're not flashy. But I said this a couple weeks ago. Best record in the NBA. They have the scoring champ. They have the MVP. They've got the best defense. And now they're on the verge of winning a title after they created a blueprint of how to rebuild and get draft picks and take advantage of someone who wants Paul George. I read somewhere the series is the Paul George trade because Indiana traded Paul George to OKC for Sabonis and Oladipo. And then they flipped that for like Halliburton, and then eventually got Siakam and Mathurin. And then OKC flipped Paul George and got SGA and all these draft picks. So thank you, Paul George. You gave us this NBA final.
I want to go back to what you said. The data doesn't lie, right? Just look at anomalize the team. If this team was the best defensive team, had the best player in the league on it, like no question, right? But I think due to the fact you're right, small market, and SGA is just not a big name, big market guy. He's humbled. He's not Anthony Edwards.
And his game's not flashy, right? Like
No.
he doesn't have those Sports Center dunks or anything to that extent. He kind of moves in a humble, slow, calm way, and that's how the Thunder move. But I want to go back to what we were talking about before we got on air. AI stealing my bits. AI does not steal my bits. It enhances my bits. So I did a little search about who grew up in Omaha, and it was Nick Nolte. And so I included that in my bit. And this is where this bit comes full circle. Because Nick Nolte starred in 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy. And then they did the sequel, another 48 Hours. And in another 48 hours... In another 48 hours, there will be a new NBA champion, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh, how to string together bits. I love it. AI, sponsored by Google. Oh, man. All right.
You want to talk Lakers?
I want to talk a little Ohtani. One inning pitch. You texted me. You're like, hey, Ohtani's pitching tonight. Opening.
Yeah.
First time he pitched an inning. One inning. And the headline is, Ohtani touches 100. In debut. And am I the only one that's become just like, what do you get at the end of the year if you're the pitcher that throws the fastest pitch, or like you don't get anything, do you?
Most likely to have another Tom.
Yeah, most likely like the doctors are sitting at your locker going, okay, when are we going to do this? But I guess my point here is, do you want Ohtani throwing 100? Do you what's the point of throwing him out there if you're going to only have him pitch one inning and then show that he can touch 100 so that it gets some buzz? Like, I don't know the motivation behind any of it, to be honest.
So I was with you, and so I was doing a little research trying to figure out like the last time he pitched. I think it was like 2 years ago. And this is the second Tommy John. And then when I was diving into it, it dawned on me, like, if you are a pitcher and you only pitch, you rehab, and you go down to the minors and you rehab. But Ohtani plays both ways. So he was getting to the stadium 5 hours before the game to throw simulated pitches, and then he would hit. So, like, he can't go down to the minors because he can't hit. So the only way they can rehab him now is to throw him like one inning and then 2 innings because they need his bat. So that's why they did it. And then my other point is I guess they want to see how far they can maximize this contract, right? I mean, he is the best hitter in the game. He was a top 3 or 4 pitcher in the game, and the Dodgers desperately need pitching. They've had 14 starting pitchers, and Snell's on the IR, Glasgow's on the IR, Sasaki's not pitching. They're running out of options.
Desperation. Okay. I get it. I just didn't understand that, like, Ohtani touches.
That's the only way they can rehab him, right?
Ohtani touches 100, gets shelled. Like that.
I mean, he probably knew he was only going to throw 25 to 30 pitches.
Yeah,
so
true.
Like,
let's see what I can do.
Let's see what I got.
Let's see what gas I got. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, giddy up. That's all right. Ohtani, I'm good. I get it.
Jeanie Buss, the Lakers. Why do I keep saying Jeanie? Do I have a crush on Jeanie? Maybe. But the Buss family, there are 6 siblings. They are going to sell the Los Angeles Lakers for $10 million.
10 billion.
And so,
buddy. 10 billion.
Wow.
Billion. There's a big difference there. There's a big difference.
10 billion.
Wait. What was the show the guy would he wanted to be in the 3 Comma Club, which meant he was worth a bill.
That
What
was
show was that?
that was Silicon Valley.
Was it? Okay, yeah, the 3 Comma Club. Jeannie's now part of the 3 Comma Club.
So get this, they have 6 siblings, and each sibling
so she
gets
might not
11%. 11% of 10 billion. What is 11% of 10 billion?
You're not in the 3. You're not in the 3 Comma Club. They're short. Here's what I also gleaned from that from reading about this transaction. One, the guy that bought them is just basically an asset management firm with 325 billion under management. Globs of
11.
money.
Hold on, 11% of 10 billion is 1.1 billion. They're all in the B club.
No. Here's why they aren't. They only sold 85% of the club, and after taxes.
Oh,
yes, they only.
okay.
So Jeanie wrote in and said, "We want to keep 15%, and I'm going to continue to be managing director or whatever she is, baseball or basketball operate, whatever her title is, for the foreseeable future, for years to come." So 10 billion though.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones just woke up. Ooh. I mean, every team that sports franchises are just becoming the most. I mean, think about that in the way of a company. You know, market caps, sure, you see Microsoft in the trillions, but they're so rare. To get to 10 billion as a company,
Wow.
that's extremely rare. You and I both know that. So, like,
and to think
good for
about
Jeanie.
it, I'm the listing agent, so I get 2%.
You brokered the deal?
I brokered the deal. No, but going back, how many NFL teams do you think are in the top 10 most valued
I think I saw
franchises?
that. I mean, here's the funny thing. I think the Dodgers got sold back in 2012 for $2 billion. So, like, I got to think like 6 or 7 at least.
There's 7.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Cowboys.
They're number 1 at 10.1 billion.
Cowboys, 49ers.
Yes, they're number 10 at 6.8 billion.
I want to say Chicago Bears. I'm just going to pick no.
Think East Coast, think big market.
Redskins. Or
think awful teams.
Giants, Jets.
Where we used to live. Yes.
Giants, Jets.
Giants 7.3 billion, Jets 6.9, Patriots 7.4, Los Angeles Rams 7.6. The Warriors are 8.8, and the Knicks are 7.5.
Where's baseball and all that? Is it just there's just no money in baseball? I mean, there's a lot of operational costs in baseball. Let's be honest. You're playing a lot of games.
I think, and we could argue on this, I think the TV
banter. We don't argue. We banter.
The TV contracts are bigger in the NFL and in the NBA than Major League Baseball.
You're saying guaranteed money. There's more guaranteed money wrapped in the. Yes, I can agree with that. So
your franchise gets more money, it's worth more.
Exactly. More people guaranteed coming through the turnstile. You're only paying in basketball, you're only paying 15 players. In football, you're only playing, or I guess you're paying a big contingent, but you got guys playing under $1 million contracts, right? Baseball's a little bit different. You got guys making buku bucks. Buku. Not as much as Jeanie Buss just made, but buku bucks.
I can't believe they only got one bid. You got to list the house at a rate where it runs, and then it goes up to 11 or 12 bill. Jeanie, if I was your listing agent,
you wanted escalations. You could have drove it. Listen, I can guarantee you. I would say for a franchise of 1 to 2 billion, like, yeah, there's a big market for that. When you get up to the 10 billion, there's like 2 people you go talk to. Like you and you. Yes, there's like only that many people with the cash on hand, or at least the assets under management to actually pay for it. Like this.
I guess you're right. Cause like how many people
selling a 3-bedroom, 2-bath Rambler in Mesa, Arizona. You're
how many people are bidding on like a $20 million house. Not a lot.
Not a
But
lot.
everyone's bidding on 700,000 to 1.5.
You could buy at 700,000 to 1.5. You can buy the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's a single family home in Duval.
But it's in a good area. It's emerging. It's big. Good for Jeanie. I don't know if I guess it's good for
it's
sports.
The Buss family. Why are we singling out Jeanie?
But
there
hold
are
on. Hear me out.
Siblings.
Hear me out. Here's my take. Be aware to the fact that the value of the franchise gets so high, right? Well, where's that money got to come from to prop up the costs or the value? Somewhere, right? They're hoping TV, but when it doesn't, where's it got to come from? Because who's ever investing in these sports companies, they're going to want to return, right? They're just not going to buy a depreciating asset that they write off. So effectively, Lakers tickets will be twice the cost next year. But hey, good for you guys.
But did they acquire an overweight depreciating
asset? Let's banter on that.
And then there's a star riding off into the sunset, making Hollywood deals and not making himself better at an older age. So Jeanie sold high.
I think she did.
Yeah.
She killed it. Like, what if Jeanie was doing this behind the scenes? She's like, I want to get out of this game. I'm done. I need some cash flow. And she goes to the guy that there's only two guys that can buy the team based on the amount she wants. She says, who do you want on the team? I want to get rid of some players. Or who do you want on our team? They say, Luka. You got to go with Luka. Okay, I'll make that happen. She makes it happen. And boom. She's rich beyond her, not quite three comma club, but close.
Close. Listen to this. So Luka can sign a 4-year, $229 million extension with the Lakers starting August 2nd. If he doesn't, then he's a free agent in 2026. Now the Mavericks didn't want to pay him the Supermax for $300 million. Maybe Jeanie wanted to walk away from $220 million for someone who wears down, who's hurt, who is more likely to be playing flip cup than flipping layups and running.
Let's just get these questions answered. Let's reach out to Jeanie's team and see if she'll come on and just kind of go through this with us. It'd be more compelling than you and I bantering over it. Okay. But I do like the concept of let's look at franchises like homes because what would you? Let's see. What's probably the least valuable franchise of the big three?
So it's got to be a baseball team, right? Because NFL and NBA make so. Wow, we're going to go really quickly. It's going to be the Florida Marlins.
Yeah, location.
But they're not a baseball city. They don't sell out. They don't get sponsorships. They're never on TV. Like, even the Rockies can be on TV because they play the Dodgers or the Padres or the Giants.
Let me come back.
Or the White Sox. No, White Sox have a big market. That's Chicago.
No, it's all like. Have you ever been to that stadium?
Yeah, you're like staring down my fist sky high. It's like I'm on a roller coaster ride.
And like every vendor is like this pop-up vendor. It looks like it's that doesn't have a food license. Like if
you go off the wrong exit, you get jumped. It's dangerous on the south side. Give me the north side.
How much are the A's worth? How much do they get bought for?
I can see.
Ask Siri. Is Siri your AI agent? Do you have an AI agent?
I'm sorry. Wow. I didn't quite catch that. Could you please say that again?
Sorry.
Wow. It says
it's okay.
In 2005, John Fisher purchased the team for $180 million.
That's like buying a condo.
Yeah.
Well done.
But then it says the A's are being valued at $2 billion. Maybe the move to Vegas helps with the value. Not maybe. That's why he's moving to Vegas. So you can turn that $180 million into
so what is
$2
that?
billion.
That's 10 time return.
We need to buy a team, dude.
We do. We do. How much assets manager stuff?
How much money do you have to put up front? Is it like a house where you only have to put 10%?
How
Call
much?
your money manager. See if we can
How
put
much?
together some money.
We could probably sponsor a T-ball team. That's about all we can do right now. Let's get out of here.
I want to talk about Raphael Devers real quick.
Okay.
Big
Yes.
trade,
Please tell us.
San Francisco Giants.
Are you okay telling the story? Are you going to tell
Can't
the
tell
story?
the story. Big trade, San Francisco Giants. They got Raphael Devers. They gave up a couple pitchers. One of them was a first-round draft pick. One of them was Scott Harrison. I love the trade. Love the trade for 3 reasons. Elite bat in the lineup. Biggest bat in the lineup since Barry Bonds. If you look at this year, he went 0 for, I think, 15. But after that, he's been a top 5 hitter in the game. He extends the lineup. Adames, who will hit in front of him, will be better. Ramos behind him will be better. Elite bat, 28, he's in his prime. The other part, it shows it's win now. Like, the Giants don't care win now. And they got a bonus month. Like, usually you have to wait until the end of July 31st. They get him in June. You get a month to move ground to catch the Dodgers. And last but not least, he's locked up to, I think, 2033. Good for the Giants. The Giants have struggled with acquiring Bryce Harper, Ohtani, Judge. And if you can't sign someone, you trade for him. And you trade for someone in the prime. And they got him. And he's going to be great. He's going to hit in that ballpark. Now, he might not hit 30 home runs, but he'll hit 25.
No, he'll put some in McCovey Cove.
Yeah.
At least a few. More than, what's his guy? Our guy from Kansas City, your rookie, has yet to hit a home run.
Yeah, don't worry. He's got to hit 5 home runs a month. Easy. Well, he's got July, August, September. 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. Good.
What's with the Red Sox can't keep is it seems like they're always looking to do something when something doesn't need to be done. Does that make sense? Like, oh gosh, we got to go. No, just bring up a prospect to play first base. Keep the guy, your best player, happy. You know, like it doesn't make sense to me. And then especially that fan base, after watching the Netflix documentary or of the season, that fan base is just like most, right? But they're smart. Like, they can glean that who got the best side of that trade. And they're probably saying the same thing. Like, we got not necessarily hosed, but what you're telling us now, even with Trevor Story and some other good pieces, that it's not our year.
Well, the Red Sox had to trade Devers because it was a situation that was unattainable. And a lot of people are giving Devers heat, but I want to give a little heat to the Red Sox ownership and the GM, right? Because, we signed Alec Bregman, but don't worry, he's not going to play third base. Gets the spring training, he plays third base.
Yeah.
You move Devers to first base where he's never played. He hasn't trained in the offseason, and then you want to put him in a position. It was just a bad situation.
Riddle me this. So when you have a situation like that and you don't have the foresight, like you were saying, and these are pros, right? It's not like it's little league where you're like, just run out the right field and play. Like that just doesn't work. But if you don't have the foresight to go and at least talk to the guy and say, hey, this is going to happen. Are you all right with it?
Well, and it's not just anyone, right? Like, you gave him a 10-year contract. And if you're giving someone a 10-year contract, like, that's the dude, like, that's the guy, that's the leader. That's the guy you're building around. And then all of a sudden you're doing things behind his back. There's rumors they're going to get Nolan Ariano and then Bregman. It's like, yo, bro, like, are you with me or what?
Question. Is he going to play first base for the Giants?
Not right away because he hasn't practiced first base.
Right. But I'm saying it would be absolutely pie in the face of the Red Sox if Devers goes, you know what? For you guys, I will play first base.
Yeah.
And
but
for
the Giants
me,
have a great prospect, Bryce Eldridge. He's in AAA. He will be the first baseman of the future. The Giants are going all in. They got Chapman, Adames, Devers, Bryce Eldridge. World Series. Mariners, Giants. Let's go.
You need to make it through this weekend first before.
You know who they play on Friday? They play the Red Sox in San Francisco, the Giants.
Wow. Okay.
That's great.
Must see TV.
Must see TV.
Could you imagine if he's playing first base, saying hi to all his old buddies? Oh,
you know what he should do to troll him? He should just take ground balls at first in batting practice. Because he never did that for the Red Sox.
I love it. Enjoy your time in Omaha.
I will.
Omaha. Picture of the most Jello shots taken.
Yep.
And get a sign. You guys need to come up with a name for the 6 of you. The 6 little leaguers. The 6
people bigger than Nick Nolte.
Who was your sponsor when you were in Little League? Was it like some chiropractic guy or?
It was so long ago, I don't even know.
That's what you need to figure out.
Yeah.
You need to figure out something.
I will.
Go with gusto. Have fun. And it's going to be rowdy.
Oh, yeah. Omaha.
Omaha. All right, let's get out of here. At Big Ben K Win, wherever you get your social media, at Big Ben K Win _ that's Threads, that's Instagram, that's Facebook, that's all the good stuff. I think are we still on X?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big following.
Yeah, we're there. YouTube, we're there. All your podcast needs are met by us, whether you're on Google Podcasts, whether you're on Apple iTunes, whether you're on Spotify, which is my flavor of choice. So pick us up.
Video podcasts on Spotify.
Woo!
Not last week because I was in Austin eating barbecue, but this week there'll be a video podcast on Spotify.
Great. That's wonderful. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here. Our valuation of our podcast just went up quite a bit.
Boom. Let's go buy a team.
I'll look into that while you're gone.
I'll call Jeanie. Boom.
She want to reinvest her money.